why are we even fucking talking about this shit today? Like, why is this in the news cycle? Why are people so focused on just taking away people's rights? Willy fucking nilly, I guess, is an inappropriate way of saying it. But what's the point? What's your fucking end game? Oh, it's about states' rights. Oh, it's, life begins at conception. Why are we talking about Roe v. Wade today? Well, a certain group of people is obsessed with making their biases other people's fucking problem. That just seems like the common theme, especially nowadays, or like maybe it's probably always been this way. No, it has always been this way. It's fucking stressful. People are fucking stupid. Why? Why do you have to do this? Like, you're trying to make abortion just impossible. Impossible for people that fucking need it. And the thing that really baffles me is that we've seen, like, we have the numbers, that when you make abortion available and sex education commonplace, rates of abortion go down. People are less likely to get an abortion when given the proper tools and education. The way that a civilization's supposed to. Civilization's supposed to help people. It's supposed to make conditions survivable. It's supposed to make things fucking easier. Is what it's designed to do. Why is that going straight over the head of every fucking person on the right wing right now? And maybe not every person like that votes right wing, but these fucking politicians are driving me fucking insane. It's like they're all fully aware that like nobody wants to fuck them, and they've only seen one vagina in their life, and they had to buy a ring to see that shit. So naturally you come to the conclusion that like this might be your only chance to breed, which makes it very likely that if this person, this individual, this politician, if their partner were to get an abortion, they're probably aware that they're going to get bred out of the gene pool. They only have this one shot. And since most of these guys are barely men in the first place, they can't take that chance. They can't afford that shit. They've dumped too much money into fucking mortgages and trampolines to be able to take that risk. So what they have to do is they have to make it illegal for their partners to do shit. They basically have to legally lock down their wives, if that makes any sense. And that's just on an individual level. On a grand scheme, as far as a nationwide thing, this, obviously, the entire concept is more than fucking ridiculous. We have medical technology that is designed in a civilization to better people's fucking lives. It is not hard to understand. It's not hard to understand. Just because you have biases doesn't mean that should affect other people. Just because you think, oh, they should keep the baby, doesn't mean that they fucking can. Maybe they can't afford that shit. You're ruining any opportunity this person might have in their financial future. You're intentionally making it harder on people. Shit, maybe this is like a classist fucking elitist type of thing where they're trying to keep people who don't make as much money down. Best way to do that? Force them to have kids. Then they can't focus on their financial future. They gotta focus on these fucking kids that they can't afford to feed and school and clothe and house and all that shit. God damn, you're just intentionally making it harder on people. Probably so that you can make money off of the lack of competition in the market, whatever that market may be. Now that people gotta focus on these fucking kids that they didn't sign up for and didn't want to have because they weren't fucking ready to have them. Less competition in the market when these people aren't able to focus on their careers. God forbid. It would actually help our economy if we made abortion more accessible. Did you know that? Did you know that? It's pretty obvious, you see, when people don't gotta work their lives around kids that they didn't want or weren't ready to have. Maybe they wanted to have some later. Maybe that was the thing. But when people got to focus on that, the kids they were forced to have, instead of their careers, their financial futures, that's worse. Like, as a whole, not just for the individual, as a country, that's worse on our economy. You see, that makes it harder for people to become specialists in fields that need specialists. You know, machinery, medicine, science, the things that drive society today. But you know who doesn't suffer any of the blow, any of the impact of these laws is conservative politicians. You know what I mean? Shit, they're probably getting abortions covered up so that they could keep going with their regular little fucking lives. Staying in their little conservative circles where God's number one. And if you're religious, that's fine. But don't make that other people's problem either. It's the same thing with biases. It's the same thing as biases. You know, I have a bias where I can't fucking stand anybody that wears a blue shirt and sits at a table talking at a camera all day. I can't stand that fucking guy. Where's he at? But I don't make that other people's problem. I don't go fucking trolling people in the comments and shit because somebody fucking wore a blue shirt. Like, that's how much sense some of these people are fucking making. On top of that, now if somebody wants to get an abortion out of their state because it's not legal in their state, you can sue them. Because you can just, as a person who exists, if you're this person's neighbor, you can sue them. Why? They didn't do anything to hurt you. They didn't do anything to hurt you. So why is that a thing? Why is that a law? It's to make it impossible for people to do what they need to do to better their lives. Life starts at inception. We shouldn't let the Hollywood elite use our baby's blood to keep themselves ageless. If I should have to have wrinkles, everybody else should have wrinkles. What about those babies' lives? What about Jesus' life? What about Jesus? I don't want to live in a world that doesn't constantly reaffirm my biases. That's what these fucking people sound like. And what it comes down to is just stupid cuck men trying to control women's bodies. For some reason, they seem to think that if they were put in the same situation, that they would go ahead and have the kid. Because Jesus and God said so. And the government is, you know, it needs people. So we better breed people, you know, because we have a population problem, apparently. Shit, if I were ever put in a situation where I were fucking pregnant, you know, the first thing I would do, try to get an abortion. Oh, okay, that's not legal anymore. So I'm grabbing a bottle of this and I'm flushing that shit straight the fuck down. Because I'm not about to give my life up for some other fucking thing that I literally created because the legal justice system said I had to. You see how fucked up that is. Inherently, that's fucked up. These people, these women, are just trying to have fulfilling, meaningful lives as human beings, as people. As members of our human species, they're trying to live their lives in a way that they please. You know, that American fucking pursuit of happiness, the American dream type shit. You're acting like people are fighting against the American dream for wanting to live their American dream. You're being a hypocrite. Just let them do whatever the fuck they want. Men have been doing it for fucking centuries. The patriarchy's enabled us to do whatever we want. So why can't we give women equal opportunity? Why can't we, at this point, as a society, as a civilization, as a species, let the other half of the species do what they want to do? Why is that so hard? Oh, we might run out. I almost went into my redneck character. If your wife wants to have kids with you, she'll do it. You don't need to legally force her into it. You don't need to, like, pull the condom off halfway through and trap a bitch. The fuck's your fucking problem? These are just stupid, nonsense laws based out of sexism. And it's fucking ridiculous. What it comes down to is that this is a civil rights issue. What these politicians are doing is using Christian morality as a false pretense to take away people's civil rights. Civil rights that people have worked hard and long to be able to gain and maintain in America. And it's fucking disgusting that anybody invests any time or money into trying to make other people's lives harder. It's disgusting that these guys are taking advantage of a situation by any means to be able to gain something from it. Whether or not it's fucking financial like we talked about earlier, or whether it's a little fucking moral satisfaction that they're looking for. Something that they think makes them feel like a better person. You're using other people's lives to fucking affirm your little fucking worldview. Fuck you. You're a twat. You're a bad person. Bad person. Stay away from legislation on women's bodies. Fuck you.